So guys, greetings from Houston, Texas. Mike coming at you from Outlaw Astrology. And today I'm going over a really controversial topic. So I might get a lot of hate for this, but I really don't care. So this is not a question that's asked all the time. People have been debating this subject since ad infinitum. Homosexuality in the natal chart. Can you find out if somebody's gay by looking at the natal chart? Well, I'm here to put the debate to rest. Because a lot of people are going to tell you, well, this causes that, or this causes that. Look, there's no, pardon my French, there's no fucking way to find out if somebody's going to be gay based on the natal chart. You can find out a shitload about somebody using their natal chart, but whether or not they're going to be gay or engage in homosexual relationships is not one of them. I've watched Vedic astrologers talk about how Mercury and Ketu being conjunct in certain houses point to homosexuality. Wrong. I've seen people talk about Uranus and hard aspect to Venus being connected to homosexuality. Wrong. I've heard people talk about the moon being in the 11th house or Venus and Pisces being connected to homosexuality. Wrong. It's all fucking wrong. So I'm going to go over a couple aspects that cause little sexual quirks in people, and even those aren't going to be something that defines somebody's sexual behavior. I will say that there are certain placements that lend to open-mindedness regarding sexual experimentation. Some placements can tell you whether or not it's going to go towards the, oh, I might just bang my best friend and see what happens. And then there's the whole, there's a whole list of aspects that can potentially point to somebody being like, well, I bought this, 15-inch dildo, and I was wondering if you could peg me for a couple hours. Yes, I mean, you can see little things like that, but even that's not exact. So, let's go over a couple placements. Venus and Aquarius. Venus and Aquarius is well known for loving unconventionality, as Venus is what we love. And in a man's chart, and in a woman's as well, there's an extreme bucking of conventionality that is associated with that. That doesn't mean that that person's going to want to throw themselves into a homosexual relationship or get involved with transsexuals. I also have heard that Venus retrograde individuals who have Venus retrograde in Aquarius like transsexuals. Also wrong. I cannot stress this enough. But there is that inclination towards loving unconventionality. They like to shock people with their relationships. So they'll get with somebody that seems nothing like them, totally from a different social class, that weird guy that, is covered in tattoos and likes astrology. I'm dealing with someone who's got a Venus retrograde in Aquarius. They're actually pretty cool. Gemini placements. Moon in Gemini, Ascendant in Gemini. There is an open-mindedness and a duality to this that can point to being open to bisexuality. So, I mean, you do see that actually quite frequently in charts of men who have affairs with other guys that people don't know about and stuff like that. So, I mean, Gemini placements, there is definitely an open-mindedness. That's the key here, is these placements don't make you a certain way. They make you open to different experiences. So it's important. Another one, Venus square Uranus. Uranus is all about flying in the face of convention, bucking tradition, doing something that's unexpected, loving things that are, I'm not going to say weird. That has a lot to do with your opinion of, male, female relationships. I'm not going to say weird, but I'm definitely going to say something that basically gives society a big fuck you. Also, a lot of people would intuitively think that homosexual relationships are going to have lots of heavy Uranus interaction. But no, you really don't. You see a lot of Pluto. And it kind of really sucks because with the potential for violence that Pluto can imply with certain individuals, it can be particularly dangerous when you got two guys ready to beat the fuck out of each other over jealousy. I've witnessed it. It's not pretty. Mars square Neptune. Well, aside from the fact that it's a very fucking annoying placement, I'll do a video on Mars square Neptune. But in a lot of people, it can signify a hidden sexual nature, or the desire to use their ego drives to attain certain fantasies. I mean, you can see that with like the Mars trine Neptune, but when there's the square, you're sort of sometimes you're getting the negative side of Neptune, and those fantasies can verge on weird. Just yeah, I'm talking about like BDSM, pegging, scat. You know what? I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna stop there. Okay, so another aspect is Mars in conjunct the ascendant. That definitely denotes a hidden sexual nature. A sexual nature that is not visible to the outside, that is kept hidden by the persona. So you can see that many times in people that are having secret homosexual affairs. Also, Mars square Neptune is very common in lesbians, but also at the same time, it's not consistent. There is no, I cannot stress this enough, because I've been pissed off so many times with people telling me that this placement makes you gay or that placement makes you gay. You don't fucking know. You don't fucking know. Anyway. Nothing trumps free will. Sexuality is incredibly complex. Incredibly complex. Sorry, I'm very passionate about this because I've studied it extensively. Mars and Gemini. Well, I mean, it's just like Moon and Gemini and Ascendant in Gemini, but it's very much tied into the sexual drive, so another thing entirely. On top of that, I'm sick and tired. Well, I wouldn't say sick and tired, but I hear a lot about people saying that, you know, lesbians, they express their Mars. They incorporate their Mars more into their personality, and then gay men incorporate their Venus more into their personality. No. Gay men are not women. Lesbians are not men. They have different sexual drives. Well, I wouldn't even say drives. The drives are the same. They have different sexual desires, but that's a deeply psychological. That's a very complex set of mechanisms. I mean, people are gay for various reasons. Even scientists can't agree what makes an individual a homosexual or bisexual or pansexual or, you know, geared towards polyamorous relationships. I mean, however, you can find out in somebody's chart if they are geared towards or if they would be happy in a polyamorous relationship. And actually, sometimes you see people that are so anti-polyamorous that a polyamorous relationship is actually good for them to break a lot of the attachments in their natal chart. Another thing entirely. So, I mean, it's such a complex topic. And I honestly am doing case studies to see if there is a link, though I pretty much convinced myself after 5 years of studying it that there isn't. But I have noticed a couple things in that quest. So, I hope this was helpful. Please subscribe to my new YouTube page, Outlaw Astrology. We have a new email address. Also, we have a Facebook page as well. Feel free to like that. We'll be posting plenty of content. It's also something I'd like to be heavily discussion-oriented, so any topic there is no topic that is off limits. And I do offer consultations, just feel free to get a hold of me. We'll work something out, but it's been a pleasure, guys. Till next time.